going to be streaming for a couple hours today, I figured, I was going to go through some stuff. I was going to go through some stuff about Remake, and I was thinking, why not just stream it? Why not? It helps keep me focused, and right now there's a live stream of a Dota tournament going on, and I've been looking forward to this tournament for literally like it's a video game tournament, and I've been looking forward to this tournament for like 3 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks. Like I put it, like I've made a reminder for myself, and I have this goal where I want to make my life more interesting than playing or watching video games. And it's been this huge goal over the past like year and a half, 2 years, where I want to be more involved in something that's productive, that's contributing back to people. And so that's like more interesting than just like playing or watching Dota. And it's not that, I don't I don't want to like ever play Dota again. I'll probably play later today or something like that. But it's just nice to have a hobby where I'm involved in it. I care about it. I think it's great. And then just like work towards a goal, and that can be more interesting than, watching a pretty exciting like movie or video game or something like that. Okay, so the first thing I'm thinking about is like how to split Remake into across like different projects. So I've done a lot of research into like local NPM package development. I should probably turn on this light. It's probably pretty spooky. Let's look at the video. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so let's see. So so I don't know how to. So I have this project, right? And it's in a bunch of different places. So let's actually just document like where is Remake right now. So if we go into GitHub and we go into, so I'm going to just do like everything. Actually, let's open up Notion. I actually love this little app. It makes things like so pretty and nice to look at, and all you're doing is like writing text and like a few commands. Okay, so let's just say like where is Remake.js on my computer? Okay, cool. So there are a few things here. So I have this project. So let's just say like github.remake remake.js. So this is where the website is. So this is the website, and we can make that part not bold. Okay, so that's the website. Let's go back. This one is something I just created yesterday for a friend who was curious about Remake and wanted a tutorial on it, and he wanted to be able to play around with the code himself. So a to-dos example app. I created this to-dos example app, and we worked out some of the bugs that took him to get set up on his machine. So now it should be as simple as like 3 commands. You download the project, you do an npm install, and then you do like an npm run dev. And then you just have to like set up a browser extension in Chrome or something, and then you're good. So then there's this Remake starter project. And this I set up for the tutorial for my friend. I'm pretty sure I'm not talking to anyone yet. Yeah, I'm not talking to anyone, but that's fine. So this I set up for, I'm going to cough really loud. Oh, geez. Just as I cough loud, I get a visitor. Hey, Tade, how's it going? I'm working on a web framework. I'm just kind of figuring out how to separate it out into its own npm package, and so I'm documenting everywhere where it is on my computer right now, so that I can know to update those places later. let me know what you're working on. Maybe we can talk about it a little bit. Okay, so this project is a GitHub project, Remake Starter project, and I set this up for like a tutorial. So this is like at the beginning. This is the code at the beginning of the blipcat tutorial. So blipcat is just this kind of progress tracker app. So I can just say like progress tracker app. Okay. The next one is blipcat. So this is like a full app that I built on stream yesterday. And I should probably share this with the community too. But I want to separate Remake.js into its own package first. So hopefully I can do that all today. But this is a working progress tracker, a working example of blipcat, progress tracker app. And we'll say built on stream, just because. Okay, then remake test. So this is kind of where it all started as far as like building out these like tutorial projects. And I'm not sure. So I think it has like some updated versions of remake, which is a problem because so the problem I'm trying to solve right now is that so Remake.js is like its own thing, its own framework. And I'm using it in all these different projects, right? And I want to use it in more projects, and I want other people to be able to use it. But if it's just in a folder and you're copying it over and over again, it's not going to stay updated. There's going to be no way to tell if there's an update. And then, I don't know, it kind of encourages you to like make changes to the framework, the underlying framework, you know, if it's not like its own module, which could get you into trouble. So, it'd just be good to make it into its own module so that all of the changes kind of have to go through that one route, and then it's like its own separate thing. The only problem with that, so I've researched a lot about creating like a separate NPM project, and local development kind of stinks. I think you can use something called NPM link. Hey, the Noob Life, what's up, dude? How you doing? Thanks for joining on a Saturday. So right now I'm thinking about separating how to separate Remake.js, which is a NPM package, into its own. Trying to separate the code out into its own NPM package, while also making local development on it easy. So I'm just listing like all the places where I currently have it. And I think this app here, I think this is just a to-dos app. So let's confirm that. If we just open this up with any text editor. Yeah, so that just looks like the regular to-dos app. So this is like the original to-dos web app. And we can just like specify that these are all web apps just so people don't get confused. Because whenever I say app to people, hey, Ice Cream Codes, how's it going? How are you doing in Boston? How was the Boston Public Library yesterday? Did you end up going? So let's see. So we have all of these. I just want to make sure there's no other places that Remake is included. So it looks like we have this example app, but I don't think I care about this that much. Yeah, I think that's like a pretty old version, so I don't think I'm going to care about that. And this is an Express starter. That might be useful in the future. We have a node modules folder out here, of course. Oh man, did I like... I think I might have like extracted Remake.js into this like parent folder at some point. That's unfortunate. Yeah, see, because like, well, actually maybe not. So the Remake.js is actually just like a bunch of different libraries kind of like meshed together. And you can see like Hummingbird is part of it. parse data attributes is part of it, query.js, copy layout, input.js. So I originally developed all of these libraries separately, and then I was like, it would be interesting to just put them all into one package. And so that turned into Remake. So I think that actually might be why they're in separate areas. Yeah, and I was using this npm tool called Yalk, which let me so void conf fill says, is your stuff open source? And Ice Cream Codes says, we are going to the library today, went to Lovejoy Wharf yesterday to eat at a brewery, then went to the Northeast Conservatory of Music to watch a show. Wow, that sounds awesome. So Voight Camp, yes, the project is all open source. Actually, you're in luck. I just updated the documentation yesterday. If you go to remake.js.com, you'll get to this page. And this currently doesn't have the code for Remake.js, but it's very easy to get from here. So you can just see this first link and how to get started. It says download the new examples to-do app. And if you go there, it's just another, I should actually edit this description. So we'll say like an example to-dos app built with Remake.js with, I mean, obviously Remake is included, right? Okay, so if you go down here, if you'd like download this this repository, and then you do these 3 steps on your local computer, you're going to be all set. You're going to have like a running to-do app on your computer, and I can show you, if you're curious, like what that might look like. So if we go into GitHub and then remake to-dos, and then we run npm run dev, which is the second step here in the documentation, and then we go to localhost 3000, we get this to-do app, and and you can edit all of these items that are to-dos. You can remove them, you can edit them, you can add new to-dos, and it's just an example of what Remake can do. As far as the user accounts that are built into this, they are definitely not real user accounts. So I should actually have like a little warning down here, like, let's say like warn. I'll even put like it in bold, like warning. Let's say, hey Giblaz, how's it going? If you have any questions, let me know. I just showed people that the documentation for Remake.js is at remake.js.com, and it was recently updated. I updated it yesterday to be much, much easier to use and get started with. So I'm going to say a warning. This app doesn't implement real user accounts. You need to implement that yourself. Implement those yourself, or wait for a version of Remake that has user accounts, we'll say like real user accounts built in. This doesn't implement real user accounts. I mean, I don't know how to say it. It's like they're super insecure as they're currently implemented, but it's not even that they're insecure. They don't exist. I'm just like setting a cookie that's equal to the name. This doesn't implement real user accounts. Let's say like how do you say faked? They're just simulated. We'll just say, well, they're just simulated. You need to implement user accounts that have their own data yourself, or wait for a version of Remake that has real user accounts built in. Yeah. However, if you just want to play around with Remake.js, this is the perfect project to start with. Okay, so we got get started, and then I also want to add a note to this get started section. Hey, VNK and Virgo Pros, thank you for joining. Like, I think like every time I've streamed. I really appreciate that. So get started. There's one note that I just want to make, which is that if you go into remake to-dos, like what are you supposed to edit in here in order to get started? And dun, 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 dun. Let's see. Yeah, no problem. So the only things you should have to, I'm going to just say like, note, the only things you should have to edit to get started in Remake are in the templates folder. And we'll say the pages defined in templates/pages are automatically rendered based on the route you define for them I know this is like a lot of just like boilerplate stuff to write, but I hope it's going to help someone get started if they want. So we'll say page name, we'll put like that as as like a filler, and then it's config.json. So they're automatically rendered based on that. And then the let's see, Host Me Raffle, Slow Cool, and Flip Coder. How you guys doing? Let me know if you have any questions. I'm just kind of brainstorming about a framework I'm working on right now. If you have any advice about how to, so the thing I'm currently struggling with is making my framework into an npm package, and then also being able to I don't know, also being able to edit it locally. So like an npm package that I can publish and then other people can install, and then also like just having quick development locally. And I know there's like npm link to do that, but I don't know, it seems like a tiny bit of a hassle. I was just wondering if there's like an easier way. I'm thinking about just like hard coding a like absolute path in the require when I'm like requiring remake in. Yeah, so Flipcoder says you can add a file, what do you call it? Protocol, like a file colon, slash, and then you put the path of the project. So I'm aware of that. The problem with that is you can't just publish it, right? So you have to go back and remove that reference every time you want to publish. So like my ideal setup is nothing is different, right? Nothing is different in the project, but it's going to use the local version for me, and then I can. Or wait, no. You're saying okay. You can use the file path. So yeah. So no. That would. Yeah. No. Okay. So you're saying like okay. Say I have like project one, and then I have Remake.js, and this is like published, right? So this is a published npm package, and then this is this is also like an example project that I want to publish, but this is just published to GitHub as an example project. You could also include both packages under different names, the npm and the local, then pick which one in the code itself. Okay, I'm not sure about that. I'm not exactly sure what you're saying, but so just let me clarify like kind of what I'm saying. So with this, so you're saying I could like in the package JSON, like reference a file, a file URL, and point this to like my local version of Remake. And the problem with that is that whenever I publish this again, people aren't going to have access, obviously, to this local version of Remake. So I would need to like automatically change this. I guess I could probably like edit the package.json file every time before I publish it. You know, there's probably like a pre-publish, or sorry, like a what do you call it when you like push, like a pre-push hook, so to modify the package. But yeah, I think that's a pretty good idea. But I think so. There's also npm link. You can include both references, the local and the npm one, and then fall back to the npm. So like under different names. That's an interesting idea. Okay, so, so like if if it's not defined or something, like you try importing the local one, and then if that's not defined, then you default to the other one. Seems a little complicated. Yeah, I don't know. It seems a little complicated. So there is npm link. Have you heard of that? There's a bunch of solutions to this. Like I feel like there's a new one that comes out every day. But no, but this one's like the official one. And you run this in the package directory, and then you run a different command. You run this one, so like with the actual package name. And then it will create a symbolic link to your node modules folder. I don't know. I think I'm gonna play around with this. I tried playing around with this before, and the problem is that it doesn't really support like nested, locally developed packages. But I'm not in that situation anymore. But like if you have like multiple local packages that are all dependent on each other, this doesn't really handle that well at all. But I combine them all into one repository, so I'm not in that situation anymore. So I think I'll play around with this today. But let me finish I'm going to finish this documentation, and then I'm going to get right into the npm package stuff. But you know, Flipcoder, I really appreciate like your ideas, because you know, I mean, I'm open to anything at this point. You know, whatever is going to work well, you know, for the process. Like I'm willing to explore anything. So I appreciate the ideas, definitely. Okay, so the only thing you should have to edit to get started in Remake.js are the templates and JSON files in the templates folder. The pages are defined in template pages, and they're automatically rendered based on the route that's defined. And we'll say in their templates pages page name config.json file. And then the other note is to say a best practice, or like we'll say a good practice. A good practice is to split your like subtemplates off into partials and include them in the templates partials directory in their own folder. You can then reference them from your pages, from your page templates. Also, these partial templates will be automatically rendered for you when you use Remake's data new attribute. rendering them with the data, and we'll say, I don't know, we automatically rendering them with the data specified in their, this is like a lot of stuff, but it's pretty much everything you need to know to get started. So I think it's worth saying, because otherwise people are going to be a little bit confused when they're getting started. So we'll do partial name and then data.json. Okay, so that's all you should need to know to get started with this project. And I'm going to just update this. Okay, so now this this is like the longest note ever. That's not great. Like I wouldn't read that note if I came here and I was like, sorry, someone chatted, I didn't respond. Something like this might help. Oh, code dependency. This can add optional dependencies for you. Ooh, that looks interesting. I haven't seen this package before. So nodes pure dependencies are automatically installed when the middleware that refers to them is installed. Just because your middleware supports 16 database systems doesn't mean your end user wants to install all those drivers. For those cases, you'll want to use codependency. Simply add your pure dependencies to your package.json file in a field called Optional Pure Dependencies and use the require function from this library. Oh, okay. So, yeah. So I should mention that like I don't want to introduce anything. So like I'm building a framework and it's already like I'm trying to keep it super simple, but it's already a lot for people to understand. So I'm trying my best not to introduce any new concepts for them. So I don't want them to like be going through the code and see like a different type of like require statement. Because then it's just one more thing for them to be like, well, what is this? Now I got to look this up and whatever. So it just adds to the documentation overhead that I have. So I'd rather kind of veer towards making my life a little bit harder if it makes the users of the framework's life easier. But ideally, both of our lives could be easy. But yeah, this is an interesting package. Definitely, I'm going to start this. I think it probably could come in handy for something, if not just like my own, personal side projects. That looks like a powerful thing. Thank you. Okay, so Okay, so let's go back here, and we're gonna split up this node a little bit because it's the worst thing ever. So get your app running. Get an app running. Get the to-dos app running. And then we're going to say down here, like, getting started with the code. Okay. And we'll say, like, first of all, you're free to modify whatever you want. Add user accounts. Play around with the data. With like how the data is saved, whatever. It's your project. So let's just say like, however, the only files you should have to edit to get started with Remake.js are the templates and JSON files in the templates folder. Okay, so that's that one. And we'll say like pages, so we'll make some notes about pages, and then we're going to make some notes about partials. So hopefully this splits it up a little bit so that like people aren't just overwhelmed by, by that wall of text. So the pages are defined here. They're automatically rendered based on the route that is defined in their config file. And then we'll put that there. And then we'll say this one. So that's just like a tip, I guess. And then this one, you can reference your partials, then you can reference your partials from your page templates using a relative path. And then we'll say also partial templates defined in the templates partials directory will be automatically rendered for you when you use Remake's special data new attribute, rendering them with the data that's in their data.json file. Okay, that's perfect. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's a lot better than it was before. It's not like a wall of text anymore. And I'm going to just make a quick note about templating. So we'll say this web app is server rendered, and we'll say like all Remake.js web apps, it uses nunjucks for the templating. You can find the docs for nunjucks here. And we'll say like which is very similar to Jinja. Okay, and then we'll say we'll link this whole thing, and we'll just search nunjucks docs, and then we'll grab that. And this looks good. That looks like a good page to put in there. Okay, we'll copy that. Sometimes I like copy things right before I like post it because I have a sorry, I have a clipboard manager, so it saves everything I copy. So I think of it as like a temporary like backup, like I don't rely on it, but if like I'm posting a tweet and I'm like, maybe I have internet, maybe I don't, if I copy the tweet first, it's like I can always go back if like Twitter bugs out or something. Okay, so get the to-dos app running and then getting started with the code. That. Okay, cool. So that's much better documentation for that, and it gives people, I think, a much easier way of getting started. So now let's continue documenting where Remake is on my computer. So I documented all of these places. I'm also using it here. So this is the main place where I'm using it, and it's where it started. This is where Remake was born. So this is the repo for requestcreative.com, which is a startup that I'm working on, and I wanted to make money from the startup, and I wanted to get tons of users. But then I made this framework, and so now I'm a little bit more focused on building out this framework. However, I will eventually get back to Request Creative. Part of the reason why I'm so excited about this framework is I want to make it so easy to build a web app that I can build a web app in like 2 to 3 days. And then I'm thinking building new features for Request Creative is going to be super fast. It's going to be so fast, and like there's just going to be pretty much like one way to do it because the framework, will have a kind of a right way to do it. That I'll just like be able to pump out new features very quickly. And that's kind of my dream for like other people too who use Remake. Is that they can go from like, building a web app in like a couple weeks to going to like building a web app in a couple hours. That would be my like ideal. I don't know if that's like over promising. This is Notion, and it's it's amazing. It's a little bit. It costs money. Like if you want, they have a free version, but it costs money if you want to have more than 1,000 blocks, and a block is just like a text node. Like that's a block, right? So you can only have like 1,000 lines in your documentation. But But this thing is super cool. So like Google Docs, you can like write stuff in, you can comment on stuff, but can you like link to another Google Doc from within a Google Doc? Well, here you can like embed a subpage in this page, and then when you go back to that page, you have a link to it. So it just like easily lets you create these like sub documents, like move documents around inside of each other. It uses like Markdown for all the syntax, so you can just like write a list and then like go in like that. Yeah, I've heard really good things about org mode. I tried using it back when I was learning back when I was learning Emacs, but yeah, I never really got into it. Do you use it regularly? I've heard really good things about it. But yeah, I'm not like an Emacs expert. I'm probably much worse than I used to be. I just remember like Control K will uh, like cut a whole line from like if you're at the beginning of the line. That's pretty much the only thing I remember. You use Vim to-do lists and Trello sometimes. Yeah, I use Trello too. So like I have a Trello here for Remake. This is actually the public roadmap. If you go to roadmap dot remake.js .com, you can see, oh man, I misspelled roadmap. Yeah, you can see this Trello. This will pop up. And this is like my entire plan for Remake, and over here, these like top priorities are what I'm working on right now. So you can see like unify Remake.js into a single repo that can be used by multiple projects. That's my first priority. Okay, so let's play around with this npm link thing. But before I do that, so you know how I mentioned, or like you know how I'm documenting these like different projects that have Remake in them? So the problem is, I think I actually, this is a really stupid thing to do, but I think I modified Remake in some of these. So I need to like make sure I didn't, or that if I did, those changes are collected across the different projects and then brought back into the main Remake.js project. Now the changes I made are probably super small, but I do need to go through these and make sure that I didn't modify too much. Okay, so the first one we're going to go through. Well, Remake.js doesn't actually have doesn't have the framework in it. Okay, but Remake to-dos. So if we go into that one and we just go to the history, let's just see if anything like in Remake.js was modified. So not there, not there. Although actually, wait. Yep. Okay. So yeah, this isn't like in the Remake folder, but it is part of the like full stack framework that I want to release along with Remake to make Remake easier to use. That's actually a tough one, because the reason that's such a tough one, well, because then I'm gonna have to like create I'm gonna have to like use this as a base for every other full stack Remake project, and then keep that up to date. But I'm not gonna worry about that right now. Let's just worry about Remake right now. Just the core framework, the core like front end framework. Okay, so it looks like there's nothing else here. So Fixable says, "Hey, I'll be right back. You need to take a dump." Okay, thanks for letting us know. Okay, so the next thing, let's go into. Can't believe I read that out loud. So the next thing is we'll go into Remake starter project, and I'm actually gonna sit down real quick because it gets tiring coding on your feet, you know. I would highly recommend a standing desk for anyone who doesn't use it, or just like getting up to stand every once in a while, because it does help you code for longer if you want to. Okay, so it looks like there's nothing in here either. So there's nothing in remake starter project. Now let's go to blipcat. This is the one that I think the most afraid of, because I think I didn't really do that much work in here. Okay, I thought I did more work. Ice cream codes. Oh wait, you're already here. Okay, I don't know why it shows this notification sometimes that people joined when they're already here. But hey, shout out anyways. Welcome to welcome to the stream. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, yep. So I definitely fixed a bug here. So let's just make a note of it. You do enjoy your sit-stand desk. Oh, do you have one of those where you can like raise the chair and then like the desk just like you can just like raise it very easily? Those things are sweet. Yeah. You see in your chat that you keep joining when you're already here. So your chat has the same issue? So let's say fixed a bug. Oh, that is awesome, dude. You have an IKEA one that's automated. Yeah, I think I saw that one. I would love to get that one, honestly. It looks like super sweet. Looks like a sweet setup. Okay, so fix a bug with editable attribute view.js. Okay, now let's go to, I think that's all I did here. Yep, okay. So we'll go into, is it remake test? Oh no. So this is a weird one because the repository is called JS DOM test, and the folder name is called remake test. Repo is called. It's really bad. I don't know why I don't just change the name of. I think it's a tiny bit hard. It's a tiny bit of a hassle. Just a tiny bit. I know how to do it. It's a kind of to change the name of the repo, but yeah, it's kind of a hassle. All IKEA desks are 25% off until the 23rd. Ooh, you just got a second one. How much are they? I don't want to like, I don't want to get it. I mean, would I spend like $2,000 on a desk? I don't think so. So if you want to see my standing desk, this is my standing desk. That's how fancy it is. Like if you can see the basket on the top, it's pretty bad, but it works. And when I don't want it to be a standing desk, it doesn't really work. I have to use a different desk. But it kind of works. I think ideally, if I had a few extra $1,000, oh yeah, only 440, and now it's 320. That's actually really not bad, huh? I might look into that. IKEA standing desk. Yeah, that's not bad. Is it which one is it? Is it the not, could you send me a link to which one it is? It looks like they have a lot of different ones. Okay, so JS DOM test. Let's look at this. Docs. Okay. So yeah, this one I did a lot of work on. So it's possible that Remake.js was modified multiple times in this one. Okay, awesome. Wait, it's only got 2.1 stars, dude. But it's good? I wouldn't I wouldn't trust it. I like would never buy this if someone didn't like recommend it, because like it's like 2.1 stars with 125 reviews. That's like a crazy bad rating, right? Here, I don't know if I can't see the reviews because of my ad blocker. Huh. So you swear by it, huh? I mean, it looks pretty nice. Oh, and you just press the button. So you plug it in. Yeah, so you don't know why the low rating. You have the same desk and it's really good. Huh. So, but it looks like you need the family member. Uh, like, how do you get this? Do you have to sign up for something? That looks good though. I wonder why I can't see the reviews. I can't like click on the reviews to see them. I would want to know like what are people upset about. If it's something like, I got it wet and it doesn't work anymore. It's like, well, maybe don't get it wet, But if it's like something like every other person is like it broke after the first 2 days and I had to send it back and whatever, then maybe I didn't want it. Oh, so it's just a free sign up. Okay. Yeah. Huh. So you would give yours a 4 out of 5. So that's a 80% rating. That's not like an A plus. So why would you give it a 4 out of 5? What's wrong with it? Okay, so let's go back here. Two people said, "Oh, Mikey, nice try." Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, flip coder. No, not really, but that's pretty funny. It could be made of gold and encrusted in diamonds. What, and you would still give it a 4 out of 5? That's just like your highest rating? Is 4 out of 5? Um, so it looks like I didn't add anything to remake here. Um, Nothing there. Yep, I did something here. Okay. Oh, I did a lot of things here. Okay. That's unfortunate, kind of. Um, okay, so I think it's not unfortunate because I think all of the other projects are copied from this original project. So I think they got all of these changes, but it just means that like I can't edit this project anymore without it getting out of sync with the other projects. But that's not going to be a problem soon because Remake's going to be in its own library. Um, so let's just say modified, and we'll just write like all the file names here. So we'll say like adding item event listener, event listener, uh, input index.js, on save.js. Okay, so that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Man, I modified it some more. So got that. We got input slash options data. And we just need to make sure that like whatever remake folder we're using, you changed it. Oh, so if it was made of gold and encrusted in diamonds, then you give it a 5 out of 5. Wow, you are a harsh reviewer, dude. That is like a high bar. You might want to recalibrate. It sounds like you have a logarithmic rating scale. In order for it to get 5 stars, it has to be like out of the world. But like one, two, and three are probably pretty easy to get. Um, I don't know, but uh, yeah, that's pretty funny. Nice. Yeah. I used to be the same way with movies. Like I I think I compared everything to like my favorite movies. I think when I was younger, I like compared everything to The Matrix. And so I was like, nah, not as good as The Matrix, 8 out of 10. But like I would see these like really good movies and I would be like, nah, not as good as The Matrix. um, yeah. Okay. Editable attribute. Okay. So I think, yeah, I don't think I need to really worry about this, but we do need to make sure that like this is like the version of Remake that we're using, but I don't think that's going to be a problem because all of the other ones are copied from this original. So I think I just need to like rename this folder to just like remind myself, hey, don't edit this anymore, please. So we're just going to put like old there. I don't really know what to do with that. So the reason why it's old is because it's exactly the same as Remake to-dos, and Remake to-dos has even like later code. So that's why I'm just naming it old. Yeah. And it's because I don't want to like have to maintain multiple Remake to-dos projects at the same time, like and like keep them in sync. That kind of sucks. Okay, and then this one we'll just say like has an old version of Remake.js in production. So that's going to take a while to switch this version out after the final version of Remake is released, but we don't have to worry about that right now. So what do you guys, what do all you have planned for the weekend? I'm probably going to go for a walk later this afternoon. I think I'm gonna play some video games after the stream, or watch some video games. There's like a really good tournament going on right now, and I don't know what else I'll do. Probably like meditate or something. And I know that Ice Cream Codes is he still here? Oh, it looks like he's not here. But he's in Boston right now, which is where I am. I'm like 15 minutes outside of Boston. And he I think is going to the Boston Public Library today. So that's kind of cool. Okay, so let's just make sure that Blipcat has all of these changes. So let's go into, oh, did I close GitHub? Why would I close GitHub? I think I just exited it. Okay, let's locate it for it because it's now in the old. Okay, so let's just look at the latest change to Remake.js here. So I think it's right here. So we're just going to make sure that inside of, I don't know, inputs index, we're using this. Okay, so let's go into, let's see, Blipcat, right? We're going to Blipcat, and I'm pretty sure it should have it. Oh, how do I open this up? We'll just reveal this in Finder, and then, I don't know, it just doesn't make sense to even do it this way. I was already in that folder. Okay, so we'll go to Blipcat, and then we're just going to look inside of this version of Remake to make sure it's the latest one by going into input.js, into the index file. Boom, it's there. So Blipcat has the latest version of Remake.js. So that is the truth. And that should probably be the truth because we literally created this entire project yesterday. So how would it even make sense that there was a later version of Remake? So let's go in here, and we're going to get around this problem entirely in the future by taking Remake.js out of here. So we're going to grab that, and then I'll paste it in here. Okay, so now we've got all of the library code, and I'm not sure exactly what to name this. I think I should look at like a different like library to see like what they name that. I know like the Blipcat is a project that we made with Remake.js yesterday, and we built it all, including the styling, within like 3 hours, 3 to 4 hours, and I'll show you the final app. It's actually really cool. So we made this entire app where you can create new progress updates, you can edit the progress update, you can have subtasks for every progress update, and then you can check those off or add new tasks. And I'll show you, because I'm really excited about it actually. So I'll show you what it looks like. So we'll run the local server and refresh, and boom, we've got Blipcat, and we've got the same like different user accounts, right? So they all have different data. But if you go here, you can like add new tasks, and you can edit each task. Nope, you can't. So yeah, actually, there is a small bug with this. So I thought I fixed it though. So the bug, yeah, there's a small bug, but basically it's a fully functional app where you can add progress updates, you can add new tasks, you can check them off, and when you refresh the page, it's all going to be saved. Um, and that we built like all the functionality within about an hour and a half, and we designed it in about an hour and a half. So for like an entire app with user accounts, the ideal is that Remake will be able to do that for you out of the box, and you'll be able to like dedicate an afternoon to building a web app, and you'll just have it. And the user accounts, like I mentioned before earlier in the stream, they're not built in yet, but it's my full intention. After I released the initial version of Remake, to make that one of the top priorities is having real user accounts with like good security in the full stack application. But yeah, the bug with this is that Remake uses it assigns data to certain like keys in like key value pairs inside of the objects, and the key for this task is called text. So it's like the text key on the task object, and then the key for this progress update is also text. So Remake doesn't really like that currently. It'll get a little confused about which is which. So like when I'm editing this, it thinks I'm editing the progress update, even though this is a task, because it's getting the key from this. However, I have in my top priorities a thing to fix this. So this is how to handle a case of two watchers named the same key, but they're each inside of different objects. And I have all of the code that I need to fix this. And I already wrote this and tested this a couple weeks ago. So it's all ready to go. Or I think even it might have been last week. Yeah. So, but yeah. So that's the idea. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. Okay. So let's go. Ooh, Flipcoder, thank you so much for starring it. That really means a lot. That's awesome. Let's see. Interested in game development, music theory, synthesizer technology, and automated education. That sounds cool. Okay, so we have oh yeah, I was like gonna look at another package. Oh, I should probably start my own project, huh? Okay, so let's look at stars. And I want to look at like an npm package and see how they organize. This is fine, right? So they have source and then dist. But that's not like a super advanced. I mean, it's not like a package that has multiple dependencies or something. I think Lodash might be interesting. Let's see how they do it. So we'll just go to Lodash and all of GitHub, and let's see how they do it. Oh, they just they just have all of the files out here, huh? And then how do they don't minify them or anything? I mean, they must. Maybe in like the so if we go to like npm, the npm version. I don't know. Maybe they don't minify it. Maybe they do. I don't know. But yeah, no, that's not ideal. Okay, so let's go back to the stars and let's see. Maybe there's some package here that I can kind of copy how they're doing, um, like how they're organizing their package. It would have to be uh, some kind of like front end framework or something. You think the minifications are generated? Oh, for Lodash? Yeah. But I would think on some branch they would have the minified version, you know? But maybe I just didn't see it. Um, okay. It's funny, like so many of the projects I star, they look like super interesting. I just want to like explore random GitHub projects forever. Uh, but not really. Okay, let's look at molecular. This is a progressive microservices framework. So let's just look how it's organized. Um, so they have this stuff out here: test, source, examples, docs, dev, bin, benchmark, VS Code, and GitHub. Hey, Carinel. Um, dev. What is that? Source. I can kind of understand, like, this is the source of the project. And they don't have a dist thing. And then let's look at their package JSON. So how are they, like, exporting this? Like, what's their, I think it's under main, isn't it? Yeah, main. So main is index.js. And then index.js, does it import anything? So what are you doing? Remake.js? Oh, is that similar to Next.js? I'm not sure if it's similar to Next.js. Yeah, I'd say it's a little similar. So Next.js is all about like simplifying your like React development, like giving you everything out of the box. Remake.js is its own framework, so it's not like working with React or anything else. But it allows you to add dynamic features to server-rendered apps. So you have like a server-rendered app, and you want to make the page editable and move items around and delete them and tie all that data to a user account. Remake.js gives you that all for free out of the box. All you have to do is attach a few data attributes to your page, and all of a sudden it's a web application. So you can basically write an entire web application using nothing but HTML. So you said, cool, is it like the content editable attribute? I'm learning more client-side stuff lately, so this is interesting. That's awesome. So it's not content editable the way I handle it. So the way Remake handles it is when you click on an item that has a special data attribute, the data attribute is called editable. So you mark something with the editable data attribute, and then when you click it, this inline edit area pops up, and the inline edit area is sized to be exactly the same size as the thing you're editing, and to have the right text field to edit it. So in this case, we're using a text area that's going to auto expand, and then for like a single task, we're just going to use like a single line input. And then you have a remove button so that you can remove items. You have a save button so you can update items. And the saving just kind of works out of the box. And it's really, really great for building like pretty simple web applications. If you have a lot of like relationships, yeah, so how do you deal with the backend? You have to implement a lot of API calls. So this is the key thing. So if you're working on an application that's like a social networking application, Remake.js is not the best solution for you. And that's just going to be a fact for a while. However, if your users are able to edit their own data on their own page, and even if they're sharing that with other people, you know, like it's like a shared progress tracker or something like that, that's perfect. If anything from like a page editor, you know, where the user has their own data and it's not, you know, in relationship what I mean by in relationship is like Twitter, right? Twitter has like retweets and likes and followers and all that stuff. And it's all about relationships between different pieces of content and different users. Remake.js isn't set up for that. But a page builder where all of the information right here is yours, or like a to-do list or a progress tracker or anything where the data is yours or your team's, Remake is perfect for that. It's really good for building out a web app super quickly for that. And the reason is because the data on the page, all of the data that's associated with all of these elements is serialized and then just dumped into a data object on the back end. So that your database is just this giant data object. Now it doesn't have to be that way. There are ways in Remake to call custom endpoints and split the data up. And actually, in the project where Remake was spawned, it's called it's called requestcreative.com. You can see a working example of a Remake.js application right now, and actually like sign up for a user account and everything if you want, just to see how it works. But this version actually, like this is called a bundle, and this bundle is saved to like its own object and everything. And then it actually does have relationships with other things. So it's not that you can't build that type of application with relationships with Remake. It's just that out of the box, I just want to make it super, super simple. And so I think just dumping everything into one big object across multiple pages is the way to go, to just make it so that anyone can create a web application. And my idea is to transition over Request Creative to using that model as well. And as far as the endpoints you were asking about, there's two endpoints. There's a new endpoint, and then there's a save endpoint. And I can show you those real quick. So those are defined in init API routes, and you'll see save and new. And they're super simple. New just grabs a partial template for you and renders it with some data. And save just grabs your data. It extends the existing data with your new data, and then it writes that, well, right now it writes that to a JSON file. In the future, it's going to save that to like a Mongo object that's tied to your user account. But right now, we're just using like these fake user accounts that are really bad. But I did that because I wanted to just focus on Remake's development and not on like building out a user account system right now. But yeah, so it's just going to grab your existing data, extend that with your new data, and then write the data file. And those are the only two endpoints. And the idea, so what about other operations like delete? So I'm glad you asked. So the save endpoint handles that for you. So if you delete one of these tasks, here's the order of operations. This remove button will remove this underlying element from the DOM. So that task element is removed from the DOM. And then we're going to serialize all of the data on the page. So we do get data from root node on app, and then we've got all the progress updates on the page. We got all of the subtasks on each progress update, and then we save this back into our backend. So every time a change is made to the page, we're serializing all the data on the page. And if you're curious about like, oh, doesn't that take too long? Like that sounds like like a big operation to serialize all the data on an entire page. So I tested this with like a giant page, and it took, I think, 20 to 30 milliseconds. So it was pretty fast. I think if you had like a really, really big page, like I'm talking like a Facebook page with like tons of posts, like you have like hundreds of posts loaded, I think it might take like 100 milliseconds. And that would get into like kind of the unacceptable area where the user would notice the lag. But the idea then would be, by the time you're building stuff with Remake like that, then we're going to do all of the processing of the all of the data serialization either in a web worker or on the back end. So we'll just like send the entire, front end template to the back end. Why not just serialize the diffs? Dude, honestly, pull request. Like I'll accept that pull request. That would be awesome. I'm like, so Remake is like this huge project for me. I didn't mean to take it on, but I'm really excited about it, and I think it could like redefine the way a lot of people work on web applications. But I'm not like an expert on like a lot of things, and I could totally use some help. So if you want to implement diffs, go right ahead. I think eventually I would I'll probably get into that. But right now, what I'm thinking is like, if you're just creating like, blogs and progress update trackers, uh, and you're serializing, like I think this page. So let's test this page real quick. So this is like a really informal test. But like this is a pretty lightweight page. So let's time how long it takes to serialize all the data. So time and time end. Time will start the timer, and then time end will end it. And all you have to do is give these two the same like flag, the same name. It could be anything. It could be like AA. So it takes 2 milliseconds. And this is a page with, let's see like how many divs it has. So it has 91. So it's at the worst case, it has to go through 91 different elements, which it's not. It's more optimized than that. But yeah, so in 91 elements, it takes 2 milliseconds. So even if you had like 1,000 elements, it's probably not going to take that long. And yeah, I mean, it's not really a problem right now. So until it becomes a problem, it's probably not something I'm going to like invest a ton of time in. But like if the things I'm worried about right now aren't performance. The things I'm worried about right now are, do people like the syntax? Do people think it's easy to use? Do people like enjoy using it to build web apps? If I can get to that point, if we can get to that point, then I'm going to think about performance and about optimizing things, because we'll have gotten the hard part of like the API figured out, and and making sure that people like it. So I hope that kind of answers your question. If I mean, I love answering questions about Remake. So if you have other questions, just let me know, and I'll be happy to answer them. Okay, so it looks like this just imports a bunch of things from source in the index file, which makes sense. And then I guess it probably builds it at some point. So yeah, let's just dump this folder into it. We'll just make it a source directory. And then we'll have this index.js here. Okay, so this is our separate npm package that we haven't created yet. And we have our index.js file. Okay. Okay, awesome. That answers it. Okay, so what do we want to export from here? So yeah, I guess we could do. I guess we could use module exports, but no, I think we should use the ES6 syntax, which for some reason is slipping my mind right now. How do you do? Oh, you just do this. You just do export and then an object. Jeez. I was like, it can't be that simple. Okay, so we're going to have some kind of export to this. And we have Remake.js up here. And these each have index files inside of them, except for Hummingbird. Hummingbird doesn't, but we don't need to initialize Hummingbird. So I think we can go to our other project and just see like, okay, how do we initialize this? So this is how we initialize the entire Remake project. And we don't need to expose anything really. We don't really need to expose anything. Hey, Retrospective Gamer TV, thanks for joining. So yeah, we don't need to expose that. And we don't even actually need it here because we're not using it. Um, that's like my version of jQuery. But these other packages require it, so it'll still be included. Copy layout we need. Switch.js we need. Or wait, do we need copy layout? We don't need it because another package uses it again. Switch.js, I think again we don't need it. I mean, these are things you can include. So they're the libraries that literally make up Remake.js. So you can import them on your own, and they're like micro libraries. They're utility libraries. So you can use them without Remake.js, like the data framework. You could just use Switch.js. Switch.js is really, really cool, actually. If you're like a web developer, at the beginning of the Remake.js.com docs, it explains what this does. Is the new and save clause global to the document, or do you make separate regions? So you, it's so it's both. So you can make so the idea is that you could define your own API endpoints, but then it would require creating a custom function. So if you go into like the template for the page of the to-do list app, you'll see at the top of it, it has this data o save deep attribute. That tells it to use this all function to save the page. But the idea, or actually how it works right now, is that if you attach this, or if you just put in a different function here, so you just say like, my save function, right? You can define this yourself when you initialize remake, and then it'll use this function to save the page. And if you put this attribute lower on the page, so say you put it on, instead of putting it on the top level, you put it on a to-do, then you can say like to-do, this is like the to-do save function, and then this will serialize this object, right, using it, its output keys, and then it'll save just this object to this save function. So that's how currently the how request creative works, is it uses a bunch of individual save functions all across the page. And if you're curious, like what is save deep? So save, just the save attribute, will just save the data on the current element. And save deep is like a special one that will save all of the data underneath it. So it'll comb through all of the child elements and their child elements and serialize all the data into a deeply nested object, and then it'll save that to or using this function that you named here. And in order to define your own custom function, there's this init input event listeners is something that you import from input.js, which is one of the libraries that makes up remake. And if you pass, I think it's called save functions. I'm not sure. Let's see. So on save. So yeah, you can see like this is where we're defining the save function here. But yeah, it's called save functions. So you can pass in save functions, and then you can pass in your own custom save function for like save to do item, and then all this is going to pass you, or what this is going to pass you is the data that's serialized from the page, and then you can choose what to do with it. You can modify the data before saving it. You could just post it to an endpoint. You could do whatever you want with it. Right now, for the new endpoint, we don't have the same functionality. There's just one new endpoint, but that's definitely going to change. And you're going to be able to custom define your own new endpoints, and yeah, depending on like which one you click. But for now, there's just one new endpoint. Yeah. Okay, so I hope that answered your question. If you're kind of, I feel like um, the thing I should say like over and over again is that Remake.js is for building 50% web apps. And 50% web apps is this concept that I came up with that just basically like, what if you invested like 50% of the time and effort and skill to build a web app? Could you get like 50% of the output of like, you know, a professionally designed amazing web app? So it's about doing less effort but still getting like you know, similar results. Like usually when you like if you have a task, right, and you put in half the effort to that task, you're not going to get half the output. You're going to get like much worse in a lot of different areas and a lot of different skills. Um, you know, like for example, in school, like if you're studying for an exam and you just study half the material, you're probably going to get a failing grade. You're going to get like a 50% on your test. But the idea behind Remake is like, what if you could put in half the effort, but still get like half the results? So you still get like, you know, 50% of the revenue of like a super professional, like multi-person, you know, startup that has millions of dollars of funding. And so, yeah, it's not. I wouldn't say it's like a toy framework because it's definitely not meant to be that, but it is supposed to be a framework that's like super simple to use, and like that's the kind of overarching goal of it is that simplicity. So like if there's a sacrifice that we need to make in order to make it simpler, we're probably going to do that. We're probably like if like if it turned out tomorrow, you know, like we could only use, I don't know, what would it, what would be a good example? Like if we could only use I don't know. Yeah, it's a so quick and dirty framework, so good for weekend projects and stuff. Yeah, I'd say like that. Or even if you're working on your own like startup as an individual coder, I think getting like the first version out there and then testing it and then making improvements, I'd say you could use Remake.js for like prototyping and for you know, getting a basic web app out there that's going to test the market. And then after like your first year or year and a half, maybe Remake.js starts to break around the edges, and that's when you might switch over everything to like React.js or something like that when you start building a team. But if you can accelerate your development so that you're doing 5 times as much work as someone who's working in React.js to start with, then that would be perfect. That's like my goal. Like if you can have a working functional product uh, for your startup and you can have it built within 5 weeks instead of 5 months, and then take it to market and get paying customers, that's like I've succeeded. You know, like beyond my dreams. That would be perfect. Okay, so we do need to initialize input.js. Um, so Flipcoder says they're used to speed hacking games, so you prefer the quick and dirty approach. That's awesome. I have a friend who I play Dota with, and he loves Plants vs Zombies, and he like holds one of the top records, I think, for uh, completing that game quickly. He like speed races through it all the time. Um, is that the same thing? Am I not talking about the same thing? I don't know what a game jam is. I haven't heard that before. Um, so actually, this might be. I'm going to test this out. This might be all we need in order to get started with Remake. I actually am very curious about this. So let's go into, like, back into our to-dos app. Oh, building a game quickly. Oh, that's awesome. Uh, that's really cool. I've always like been interested in game development, and I actually did a tutorial series at my local library um, on building a game. But I'm not like an expert in it, but it's super fun and fascinating. I love I love the idea of like create. Oh, also, uh, I did actually create an incredibly popular game back in the day in 2011. It was called Swarmation, and for like a good couple weeks, like everyone was talking about it, and it actually got pretty big on Reddit. Um, but yeah, we got like I think about 500,000 people playing that game within like the first few months, which was really really cool and really really exciting. But you can actually still see it at swarmation.com if you want if you want to check it out. But yeah, I think if we all went there right now, maybe we could play it. Maybe it's down. I don't know. I haven't been to it in a while. Yeah, no, it's here. So the idea is that you make the shapes that are in the top left. Um, so we need like 3 people for this one. So try to come, whoever, yeah. Oh shit! I got out of formation. Okay, let's just wait. Wait. Yeah, and then as more people come, then the challenges get harder. But yeah, for some reason, sometimes it gives you challenges you can't do, which doesn't make sense. More people should come to swarmation.com so that we can do these challenges, please. Uh, that would be cool, please. Just one more person? We just need one more person for this challenge. Anyone want to come? Yeah, you guys got it. How many points do you guys have? I only have 0 points. Now I have 4. Nice! We got a new person. Here, come here, come here. So you can complete. Oh, what? Now it's giving us a. This game's broken. Uh, that's insane. Why would it? It's really not supposed to do this, where it gives you like a challenge you can't do. Okay, now just do 2 gaps. So 3 in between. 3 in between. Yeah, and then the next person go below that. So we have 2. Oh, do it again. So go down 1. Oh, okay, I'll go down. There. Nice. Oh no. I got 14. I got 18 points. Yeah, but it gets a lot more fun when there's like more people. Um, oh, and by the way, you can press spacebar, and that'll make you beep, so you can kind of communicate in a rudimentary way. But yeah, I think what I want to do is like make like a weekly event, like on every like Friday or Saturday or something. Like uh, everyone can like there'll be like an event where people can come, and then I think that could make it like popular again. So I think it's 3 in between. Yeah, it's cool, right? I can't take credit for the idea definitely because I was on a team with like 2 other people and we just came up with it on a for a coding challenge, uh, and I can't even like believe that we came up with the idea. We like really lucked out because we really lucked out because we had a coder on the team. This first guy at the bottom, Stefano. So if you look at the footer, um, Stefano was like an expert coder at the time. He was like my age, but he knew JavaScript and web development like inside and out. He'd been programming since he was like 10 years old or something. But the so you asked how is the networking done? So it's a Node.js project that uses Socket.io, um, and let me see if it's open source. I don't know if it's actually open source or not. Uh, I think I still have it in my repositories. Nope. uh, that's weird. Um, huh. Well, I don't know. I thought I'll ask Stefano for access to the code again. I thought I had it. Um, hmm. He's like modified it a bunch over the years. Like he like redesigned it after the initial version. Um, so I think. Oh, there it is. Is it open source? It is. It's open source, so you guys can see it. Yeah, it looks like he he rewrote it too, in using TypeScript. So this is all the code for it. If you want to check it out, run it yourself. But yeah, I closed out of it. Maybe we can maybe we can organize like a playtime and get like 100 people in there. It was super fun when there was 100 people in there, honestly. But that was like way back in 2011. Um, okay. So, yeah, I'm curious if this is all I need in order to get Remake working. Oh, I have been editing the Remake to-dos already. Okay. And then this file, where is this file? Show in sidebar. Okay, cool. Okay, so let's start the to-dos project. Heyo, new duck, how's it going? We were just playing a little bit of Swarmation, and now I am splitting off a framework into its own npm package. Okay, so it looks like this is working. Let's save that, remove that, refresh, add a to-do, switch users, remove that, refresh. Yeah, it's working. That's all working. So it literally looks like all I need to import is input.js. I didn't even realize this. For the longest time, I was like importing all these other libraries, but because input.js relies on all of them, this is all that's necessary. um, so, um, however, I would kind of like the option. Yeah, I would kind of like the option to use the other libraries if I want to, you know? So let's undo this real quick. I'm gonna put it back how it just was, but let's copy this into there, and then we can put this back. Okay, so that's cool. So now we've got, now we're importing everything, and I think the only new duck says, how are you doing? I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing? What are you working on? What do you like doing? Are you working on any side projects or games or designs, or what do you like to do? And I don't know, what are you doing today? Doing good, doing some programming and like it as well. Haha, nice. What are you programming? Are you programming a tool thingy? A tool thingy. Um, hmm. Is it public? Can we see it? Can you link to it? Or can you give us an idea of what problem it's solving? That would be the perfect thing if we knew what what problem it was solving. It's called Text-to-SL, Text to Sign Language Translator. Whoa. Okay, that's awesome. Is there not a thing that's like that already? But I mean, that sounds like an awesome project, dude. That sounds so cool. So you like you type in text and then it translates it. So is it like for learning sign language, or is it for people who can understand sign language faster than words? Oh, so you're working at, so it's, oh wait, no, you're a separate person. Flipcoder says they're working on a program called CouchSynth that uses the Steam controller as a synthesizer slash MIDI controller, and a text-based DAW called TextBeat. What is a DAW? I feel like that's like a text-based adventure game. Oh, it's a digital audio workstation. A digital audio workstation. Oh, that's cool. And it's text-based. What does that mean? That it's text-based. New doc, no problem. Your internet died. Yeah, I was curious what. So the text to sign language translator, is it for people who? Yeah, I was curious. Is it for people who are learning sign language, or is it people who can understand sign language easier than words, or what's like the use case? And yeah, I guess that's what I'm curious about. Okay, so let's go into copy layout and just see what we export here. Okay, so we export copy layout here, and that's pretty much it. Okay, so let's do that, and then let's do, yeah, we have to do source for all of these. So we have to add this. Oops. Jeez, I don't know why I keep doing that. Newduck says it's more of a learning teaching tool. I can give the source in a slightly old video demo. Sounds cool. Yeah. Let's watch it on stream. Oh, where's the video? Nice. That was a lot of code. Your requirements document is adorable. Okay, let's watch what text to SL is. So Python 3. And then we run text to SL.py. We select sign language. I didn't know that there were multiple sign languages. That's cool. Oh, is it? Huh. Then there's some. So it gets the word. Couldn't get the word bomb. So you're explaining. You're trying something else. You're going to pass in a number for the sign language, and then you're going to input hello friend. Maybe that means hello friend in German. And then you open up the, oh, and then you open up the video. And then it shows you both words. Huh. That's cool. And then you're going to show the other language, BSL. And then you say hello friend. Oh, so it's different languages. So BSL must be English, And then DGS must be German. Maybe. I don't know. And then you open up VLC. Huh. And then there's just one guy. Huh. Wow. Where did you get all of the videos for all the different words? That must, I would think that would be like the hardest part. Huh. That's cool. So eventually, would you have like, could this like be a web app where you would just like type in a sentence and then it would just like translate it, like it would just show you a video? That'd be pretty cool. No audio or anything, and the start is German sign language. Yeah, but does nice. Now British Sign Language. Oh, British. Okay, and American Sign Language. That's interesting. You know, do they have any like one that's just like a unified sign language? Why would they need it to be different? I mean, I know that German has words that we can't express in English and vice versa, but I would think you could, like, sign language could just be its own thing, and then everyone would just have to like translate their word into sign language. Yeah, you don't know, but they're just different. Yeah, it's weird. That's interesting. I had no idea. I always assumed it was just its own thing. Yeah, that's interesting. And then text beat. So this is a plain text music sequencer in MIDI shell with Vim playback. Okay. So you write your music in a text editor, and then and you have a project board for Trello. Um, so, huh. So then you kind of like describe what the music is going to look like and what the timing looks like, and then you type in the notes, I guess. Huh. Wow. That's really cool. Did you come up with the syntax? I imagine that would be pretty hard. You came up with all of the syntax? That's like an invention in itself. That's awesome. That's really cool. Oh, I didn't star this. I'm gonna star this. Ooh, look, you got a lot of you got a lot of people interested, huh? Huh, nice. I love Bomberman. Bomberman's one of my favorite games. I would always want to play it with my friends, and they were like, "Nah, let's play Mario Kart instead." And I was like, "What? Bomberman's the best. What are you talking about?" Okay, so we got that one. Switch.js. Is there anything from Switch.js um, that we want to import? Is on, turn off, turn on, turn off, toggle, and when. I feel like I want to rename this this when one. When you're like doing a refactor, that's like the perfect time to rename things. Oh my goodness. Please don't do it. Okay. So this, well, actually, I think we'll just do it like this. So we'll just have like this object, like switch.js or switches. I'm gonna say switches. Okay. And then from input.js, is there anything? There's probably a ton of things exported from here that we might want to import. Yeah, okay. So yeah, we can grab all of these. Um, Okay. So we grab all those so that just in case we want them, we have them, right? Um, yeah, that'll be good. Sorry for burping. Okay, so we'll go into output.js and see what this exports. We got a lot of stuff here, and we'll grab all of it, because what the heck. Maybe we'll need it someday. This is my favorite function in all of Remake.js. Get data and data source element from node and ancestors. It's very descriptive though. It's a tiny bit self-documenting, I think. Okay, so now from Remake, I think, so in the future, I definitely want like you to not have to include all of this, but I think for now I'm not going to worry about it. Well, what I mean is like, okay, Remake.js is, so NewDuck is hoping to release version 2.0 tonight, and you only first released it yesterday. That's awesome. Oh, it's not version 2.0, it's version 0.2.0. That's awesome though. Where are you getting the videos? I'm really curious. Are you making them yourself? Are friends making them, or are you like looking up YouTube videos? How are you getting them? So what I meant by this is like, so like this is Remake.js is made up of like 5 different libraries. You're using some online dictionaries. Do they have like licenses that allow you to use the videos, or are you just not worrying about that right now? So we have 5 different libraries right here, and ideally I want to keep bundle sizes down. So I don't want you to have to import all of these libraries just to get your page working. You should only have to import, oh, you don't include them in your releases. It gets them from online, so it's fine. That's really smart. Wow. Yeah, you might be able to, I mean, not right now, or maybe right now, but you could probably reach out to them and be like, hey, can I use this? You might be able to like even collaborate with them on like a web app project and get paid for working on it or something. You just like, you could say like your library will always stay open source, but you can use it to like build a web application for them, or like help them integrate a web application, and then kind of sell them on that with like a proposal, and then maybe you could make like, I don't know, they're probably not rich, so maybe like $40 to $50 an hour on a project like that. I don't know, but as coders, I think that's like maybe not the best rate. Um, but if you believe in it and you like the project, then it could work. Okay, so yeah, so for now, I think just importing everything is fine, but eventually you should only have to, the main problem is interpretation. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Huh. Yeah, that would be cool. I don't know what mscripton is. Um, but yeah, everything should be web apps, definitely. And you should build it in Remake.js. um, no, only if it only if it feels appropriate and it works good. It's a native code to JS compiler. Oh, okay, okay. So like well, no, not WebAssembly. Okay, but yeah, native code to JavaScript. That's cool. Yeah, I've heard of it like here and there, but I've never known what it is. Oh, it is WebAssembly? That's cool. Okay, so then what am I going to export from this? I don't want to like auto initialize it. I want the user to do that. I think, um, yeah. And I think instead of calling it this, I'm going to just call it like a init. So I'll rename this one function, and then the rest of them can just be like their own names. Uh, so yeah, just in case you have a need to import any of these like lower level functions, you'll have that option. You probably won't need to, but it's always good to expose, especially when you're first getting started with a framework. Expose as much power as you can. because if there's an issue with your framework, then you want to give a way for people to get around it. Yeah. Huh. Yeah, I think Google is really good at that. I think Google is really good at figuring out intent. You know what's been happening to me lately in Google, and this kind of freaks me out. I wonder if it's been happening to you guys too. I'll like search for something, like I'll be like I'll search for like some problem, like I'll be like how to do this thing in npm, and then I'll type in npm into the search bar, and it will autocomplete for my very next search, even though I just like thought of the search. Like it wasn't like, okay, for example, I'll be like, how do I initialize a repository or initialize a package in npm? And then I'll type in like npm, and it'll say like the next natural thing that I would be likely to be thinking about, which might be like how to publish a package in npm, or it could even be like a little bit further out like that. Like it could be like problem with I don't know, namespacing npm or something. It's like super weird. It's been happening in Google, and like after I clear my uh, history or whatever, um, it'll like know what I'm gonna search next, like based on my previous search. It's super weird. Um, okay, so I think we've got everything that we need from this, and we've renamed this to just be a init. So yeah, that might work. And for right now, you have to use ES6 in order to use this library. No, I mean, we're definitely going to compile this using like a rollup or something. Yeah. Okay, so we're exporting everything you need, and we've got this package, and the package JSON, we should rename this, a framework. Yeah, rest in peace, IE. Like seriously, like 5 or 10 years ago, for all I care. A framework for building making web apps quickly. What do you guys think? Is that like a compelling statement? A framework for building web apps quickly. You use Google's compiler. Um, does that so if you just point that at a file, will it handle all the imports and stuff? Oh yeah? Is it pretty simple? What is it called? I forget what it's called. It's I forget. Closure. It's Closure compiler, right? Is it pretty easy? Nice. Um, okay, so you run a jar with some args. That sounds funny when I say it. Okay, yeah, I'll try that. I've heard good things about rollup though too, and a lot of like npm maintainer, like package maintainers, they swear by rollup. But I'll try it. It's so small. Okay. Um, do you ever use anything that compiles to JS like Coffeescript? I did use Coffeescript at my old like a job I had 2 jobs ago, and I liked it. It was pretty good. But then ES6 came out, and I feel like a lot of the benefits of Coffeescript went away. You know, I still like it. It was just there were some like with any new technology, with any compiler, there's going to be a learning curve. And I feel like at some point after ES6 came out, it just wasn't worth it anymore, you know? Uh, but yeah, I used to use that. Um, and it was nice. It was definitely nice at the time. Okay, so, geez, I keep getting distracted. What am I doing here? So I imported this from the source file folder. And now I'm doing what? So I think I published this package already, but that's fine. And oh yeah, we need a main. Okay, main is pointing to index.js. That's good. Now what's the next thing? Wait, is this the? Okay, that's the most recent README. Um, so is the next step compiling this? Oh, jeez. I really don't know. So, geez, this is hard to figure out. So if I compile this, say using like Clojure compiler or something, and it goes down to ES6 code, how are you gonna be able to access these exported values? Or they're just gonna be on, um, are they just gonna be on like an object? And that you, yeah, I have no idea what's gonna happen to them. uh, okay, let's try it. Let's just see what happens. Um, because I want to be able to like call the init function and stuff. It's an object that gets returned from require, but the thing is that you can't use require on the front end. Like this is a front end package. I think some people are just using like ES6 packages, and then you just import the ES6, and then the bundler knows how to. I don't know. I have to look this up. Let's look at there's like an egghead tutorial on this. Um, that's pretty good. Okay, so um, creating the library and adding dependencies, pushing to GitHub, publishing to npm. Oh, I shouldn't watch this on stream, right? I don't know. I guess it's probably fine. Okay. Okay, so I think so I've already published. So if I do npm publish, okay. So if I do in here, so let's go into Remake.js, and then I guess let's submit this to Git, right? So go into Remake.js, and I'll just say like added remake. So we added the source code there. And then what are we gonna do? So I think we'd do npm version, and then if we go to the package.json file, I have, oh, the screen is black. Try refreshing. I think someone ran into that problem the other day, and then I checked it out, and it was working. So I think it might be working. Yeah, it's working for me. Um, okay, good. Okay, so I think this is a major version, a minor version, and a patch. So let's try a minor version. So we'll do npm version minor. Okay. So now it's 0.2.0. I don't know if this is enough for a minor version because I literally just added the source code for the project. I guess that's a milestone, right? And then it automatically committed that for me by doing the npm version. So I can push that. And now I can do npm publish. Okay, so now if I let's see, ES6 npm package. I'm going to just search this. How to build and publish ES6 npm modules today. An ES6 transpiler is essentially a tool. Yep, I know that. Babel. Okay. Source folder and a distribution folder. Installing Babel. Write ES6. Setting up Babel. Okay, sure. Yep. Overriding the main module. So usually Node will look for a main file within the module folder called index.js. When transpiling source files into a distribution folder, there shouldn't be a file at that location, so it is necessary to override this behavior. To specify an alternate path, package.json must be updated to contain a key named main that specifies the path to the main file, in this case, /dist/index.js. Okay, and then you can ignore the source, so you're not setting that up. You're not sending that up with the npm. Oh, jeez. But I already sent it up, so if I so with like get ignore, you have to like unpublish it. Oh, this is a headache. This is okay. So let's look at npm Remake.js. Maybe it's searchable. Who knows? It's searchable. That's awesome, and it's updated. So can I see the code from here? I don't think I can see the code that's like actually here, right? Can I see it? No, I can't see it. Because I just want to, so like if I ignore, geez, I don't know why I decided to make a framework. Okay, so if I, oh, it doesn't even have the GitHub repo here. That's bad. Okay, so package, let's add that first. That's like an easy thing to do. BLX18, you're saying, hey, what's up? So we're going to say repository. We're going to have a repository field in our package.json. We'll put it at the top, because whatever. Oh, we'll put it under description, though. Okay, and git, and then it's going to be here. BLX18 says, how are you? I am doing pretty okay. I'm a little sad that publishing an npm package and maintaining it locally is so difficult, but other than that, I'm doing okay. How are you? Okay, so we're going to go to our GitHub, and then we're going to do that. And then the other thing we wanted to do was ignore some things. So we're going to create an period npm ignore. You're fine, it's hot here. It's kind of hot here too. I'm around Boston, and it's been getting hotter and hotter. Where are you? I hope you're not in like Florida or something. That must be like a night. Florida must be like a nightmare right around now. It's 32 here in Germany. I don't actually know what that means, because you guys use Celsius. So it's 89.6 degrees Fahrenheit. That's pretty hot. So it's about 90 degrees. That's pretty hot. Yeah, that's enough to like to sweat. Yeah, Americans. Yeah, there's like, isn't there? What is the trick? How do you convert it? It's like you divide by something and then you add 40. I forget what it is though. Yeah, I really forget how to convert it, but it's really simple. Convert Celsius to Fahrenheit. Um, yeah, it's times 9 over 5 plus 32. Okay, so it's times 2 pretty much, and then plus 30 we'll say. Like that's the shortcut I'm going to use. So you said it was 32, and then I'm going to say, okay, times 2, so 62, and then I'm going to add 30, so 92. That gives me like a rough estimate, right? I mean, like in my head, I could say, oh, it's around 90. So I'm going to just multiply by 2 and then add 30. 0 Celsius, water freezes. Seems a better system for me. No, wait. Uh, oh, yeah, okay. No, you guys both don't know what you're talking about. Because Celsius and Fahrenheit both stink. You want Kelvin. Kelvin is the thing you want. Because Kelvin's like the best. I forget why. I did like a report on this in school. Um, where am I from? East or west? I'm from around Boston. Or well, I I was born in California, but I didn't really spend that much time. It's the best one. I forgot why. Uh, so I think it's the best because so absolute zero is minus 273 degrees Celsius, but in Kelvin it's zero. So that's why. Because you guys are all like thinking like, oh yeah, human beings, water, life, like yeah, so we should define everything based on human life. And it's all relative, guys, you know, except for absolute zero. Absolute zero is the coldest it can get. So why not put zero at that, you know? Make it absolute. Don't make it like relative to human beings. You know what I'm talking about? No, I'm actually just trolling you guys because I just don't like it when people make fun of America. I really, yeah, no one uses Kelvin. I get defensive of America even though I think we do a lot of things wrong. I don't know what's up with that. Um, okay, so there should be like an NPM like status thing. Yeah, I mean the rest of the world does because they know we're awesome. Like I don't know the magic formula of America, but I know whatever we're doing something right. Uh, I don't know. We're doing a lot of things wrong too. We're like pretty dumb. We're pretty dumb, but we're also pretty cool too. So you know, don't make fun of us so much. No, I don't know. I don't know. It's complicated. Say that to China. Wait, about what? I went like back and forth like 17 times. What are you talking about? Are you talking about that America's awesome or that it's not or that oh, you're not the world power anymore. Metric system is arbitrary too. It uses base 10. We need something everything based on powers of 2. What? Come on, dude. We have 10 fingers, 10 toes, right? Um, you want to go to binary though, huh? So npm, I don't know, commands, quick, like cheat sheet. Okay, npm, there we go. So install, update, install. What? Are you serious? This doesn't give you any information about publishing or anything, right? Oh my goodness, really? Update. Yeah, it doesn't. Npm publish? Is that what I want? And no, but I don't want to publish. I want to see what is going to be published before I publish. Because I want to see if my npm ignore file is working or not for the first time. Do you know how to do that? Okay, npm information, add user. You can star things. That's cool. Npm publish dry run. Okay. Thank you, sir. Npm publish dry run. Wait, did I spell it wrong? Da, 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 da. Oh, I messed it up. Okay. Blah. Huh? Yeah. Comma, like, oh yeah. I'm like looking at chat for the answer when I could I could just be like, I'm like, please help me, chat. Okay, so um okay, so let's see. We don't have source anymore. So it doesn't look like npm ignore has the same downside as git ignore, right? Git ignore, you have to like manually go in and like wrench the files out of there. But npm ignore is just like, no, just don't push it the next time. So how old am I? Someone asked me that. Uh, yeah, exactly. How old? So whenever someone asks me that, I ask them to guess, and then if you get within 2 years, then I'll tell you. Yeah, if you guess within 2 years, so -2 or +2. You're younger than I'm. You're young. I'm younger than you are. That's cool. I guess. I don't know. Does that mean I'll live longer? Nothing's guaranteed. Age doesn't matter. Um, okay, so what do we got here? So yeah, we're just gonna say like updated package dot JSON, and we'll commit this and push that out. How old are you? You're younger than me. Yeah, than you are. I'm 31. Okay, so you gotta guess my age, dude. Okay, so we're gonna do npm version patch, cause whatever. I mean, we want at least like a one of them to be 0.1. 27? Nope, false. So that's not within 2 years of how old I am. So that's the only guess you get. But if someone else wants to guess and they guess within 2 years, then I'll tell you guys. Okay, so we did the patch. We're gonna push. No, I'm sorry, dude. You don't get more than one vote. It has to be like somewhat of a game, you know? So like if someone else wants to vote, wants to guess, then you might be able to figure it out. I know, it's kind of silly. Okay, so then we're going to do npm publish, right? And then it's going to send everything up. Do we, wait, for npm, we don't need to include the docs, right? Can you guys tell me? What do you think? An npm package, you're just going to include it, right? You're going to look elsewhere for the docs, right? So let's ignore this ds store thing. Let's ignore ds store. And then let's ignore, do we need git attributes? I don't even know what that is. Oh, it just, we don't really need that, right? I feel like we don't need that. I'm gonna ignore that. I'm like procrastinating on like the bigger task, but that's fine. README, we don't need docs, right? Do you need doc? I guess maybe you might like, I might like go into my node modules folder and then like see what's in there and then like look at the docs. It's fine to have docs. Well, but okay, but the thing is this docs folder is just the website. So like I'm including like a bunch of images, like a fave icon, like browser config for like all the fave icons, the CNAME. Like there's like this index HTML file, which is really the only thing you want. Yeah. Uh, I feel like the README is going to be the main docs, you know? So I don't think we need the docs folder. It's just the website. 93.2 Fahrenheit. Uh, BLX 18, that's not appropriate. We're a cultured Twitch channel and we only allow Celsius in our chat. So please get this Fahrenheit shit out of here, okay? I don't want to see that again, okay? I'll ban you, okay? I banned someone yesterday. I'll ban you too. um, I had this, we only allow 16 Kelvin. That's funny. There was a spammer in here yesterday, and she was posting like her Instagram and everything. Why not building a dist folder that gets used to publish the package so you don't have to maintain an npm? I don't know what that means, dude. Okay, wait. I mean, I know what you mean. What you mean? So you're saying like use the dist folder that gets used to publish. Oh, so you just publish the dist folder. That's all. You don't publish anything else? No, I don't want to do that. I'm sorry. I don't want to. Well, because I like working from just like the main repo, right? I don't want to like have to go like run a special command. You think that's the real way? That's not the real. What? No. That's not the real way. That's totally not the real way. Like, look, like if you like Google, let's look at Google, right? GitHub, uh, material design components. So they like Google maintains this project of material design components. Let's go into uh, that's how Angular do it, does it? I don't know. I'm a beginner, guys. Take it easy on me. I just want something simple. So for this project, like if I can just get it working, I'll be happy. And then the next step beyond that is, can I uh, do local development while having a published npm package? And can that be easy? Like, can it be easy for me to switch from doing local development to switching to like the official npm package and back and forth? So that's what I'm testing here. Yeah, just do whatever's quickest for now. Totally. If it works for you. Yeah. So okay. So but we're okay. We need to figure out how to use the. So I'm not against it. Just to be clear, I'm not against it. Uh, but we need to figure out how to compile our stuff into a dist folder first. Um, and like if that's even gonna work. True story, I'm living next to a church with only black people there starting a party, I think. Well, I mean that's natural, right? Like a lot of churches tend to be uh, like only one uh, race, right? Um, okay, so let's figure out how to do our. Um, you're living in Germany? Uh, yeah, but no, I mean like around here, like if I walk down the street, I know there's like a church that mostly black people go to, and then I know that like there's another church that mostly like Irish people go to, and then yeah, I think things like neighborhoods are segregated a little bit, so it's natural that churches are too, right? But they are allowed. Yeah. Well, uh, what time is it? Is it late there or early? Let's see. It's later than here. Is it 4 hours? You're not racist? Yeah. Well, I mean, If you were, I'd ban you. So don't say anything racist. But 8 p.m.? That's not too bad. I mean, why don't you go over there, have fun, meet them? Uh, it's probably like a fun time. Um, yeah. No, nothing racist was said. Um, okay, so how are we going to compile this? I guess we'll look at this thing that I think Flipcoder recommended. So we'll look at Clojure compiler for like npm. Oh, well, yeah, I guess we can get the npm version. So wait, they say there's a Java version, but there's a JavaScript version too. So that's fine. So let's go into, is with npx. I don't know if I have npx. Let's program, but I got to get this working first. I do have npx. So let's do npm install global npx. Or wait, I forget how to, I think that'll upgrade it, right? I always can't figure out or like don't remember the difference between upgrade and there's another one. Upgrade and update. Like why? It's so weird. I don't know what the difference is. Okay, so we're gonna do npx and then this and then that. So let's copy all this and then yeah, this is a similar thing. Wait, I thought you recommended this. It wasn't Flipcoder? So we're gonna do index.js, and then let's just experiment with this, right? So we'll just use out.js. That's fine. So let's do that. And so this should compile everything. Oh, it was someone else then. Maybe it was new duck. I don't know. Okay. There was an error. Failed to load module. Failed to load module. Okay, so if we go into our index, and wait, where is it failing? So query.js. Failed to load module, current directory, and then source, and then Remake.js and query.js. Oh my god. You should use grunt. No, I'm just testing out the command, dude. I'm just seeing if Clojure compiler works. We could, like, once we figure this out, oh, it doesn't, it doesn't understand ES6 imports? Why am I using this then? It said it was supposed to use it. It was supposed to support it, or whoever recommended this did. But I don't know why it's the default. Sorry, BLX, someone else has to guess. It doesn't understand ES6 imports, but I don't know why it's the default. Oh, so you have to tell it to understand? You have to tell it to understand ES6. Clojure compiler ES6. That was a good try. Okay, status of ES6 support. What is now officially supported as both input and output languages. If you find that it doesn't support your favorite feature, you can file an issue. Can someone else say 23? That's funny. Let cons. Do we have import export? Wait, they don't do import export. What is this? Like, why did someone didn't recommend it? You're out, dude. I'll tell you my name. Just stay. What? Are you? I'll tell you my age. I mean, just stay. Why won't you stay? Come on, dude. Are you there? BLX, don't leave. Okay, so question, what do you want to build? What's your goal to build it? Just do grunt and babble. Uh, so Mighty Core, are you asking me or are you asking the chat? Yeah, let's just use babble. Um, So this is our like awesome tutorial. La, la, la. Okay, so this is our command. And let's see, do I have Babel here? I don't. So let's npm install globally Babel. I'm asking you, I want to understand what your output format should look like. Yeah, that's a really good question. I don't know. So this I've heard that some people are just exporting like ES6 modules, and then they're relying uh, on the users, on the developers, uh, to transpile to the they're relying on the on the end user developers to transpile it. Um, so I've heard this is like maybe like a new practice, but I haven't really looked into it that much. So then the other one, which I would love to do ideally, is export like multiple versions. So there should be one version. So we'll say like multiple versions is this option. Uh, I mean, if it's easy, right? So the nice thing about um, the nice thing about the just using ES6 modules is they can use it how I am intending it to be used, right? So like if I go into this index.js file and you see everything I'm exporting, it would be nice if they could just like import these and then use them. However, um, if they want to use like plain JavaScript, it would be nice if I could just export like an object, like just like a remake object on window, and then they could access all of these properties on that. Don't say Remake.js. I am. That's what I'm using. What framework are you using? That's what I'm building and using Remake.js. At work, I use Vue.js. Okay, so yeah, this would be cool if it was like, like this, right? But ES6 module would like um, allow us to like import and export everything, which would be nice. Uh, yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of leaning towards this. You have to support Internet Explorer 11 in your company. Yeah, I think I would have to at my company too, but I wrote a lot of code early on that's not support that's not supported by IE11, so that kind of convinced them that we weren't going to support it because it just ended up being too hard, which I'm really happy about because supporting IE11 is a nightmare compared to supporting everything except IE11. Like I'm fine with Edge, I'm fine with Safari, Firefox, Chrome, uh, Opera. Like those are all great compared to IE11. Every single issue I run into is like, oh, it's because of IE11, and I'm just so glad. Yeah, you just tell them to install Chrome. Okay, so let's get this Babel command, uh, and I'll just save this as like a goals. So yeah, I'm leaning towards like this ES6 module thing. So you prefer rollup for, yeah, I've heard good things about rollup. But rollup's going to use Babel under the hood anyways, right? So let's try this. Format, suggest. Is it that easy? That sounds awesome. Can I pass? Okay, whatever. I've heard good things about rollup. Let's just use rollup, okay? Like I've switched so many times, but let's do it. Let's do it. Whatever. Okay, rollup I think is the way to do it. Okay, so for browsers, for Node.js, for both browsers and Node.js, um, you're from the old world, yeah. I11 stinks. So does anyone else want to guess my age for the sake of BLX, who's going crazy trying to guess it? Okay, so you posted this. Let's try it. Let's go into. Are we in the quick start? No. Oh, it's just down here. Where's the quick start? Oh, it's here. Okay, so we'll just npm install global rollup. Okay. Okay, so we've installed rollup, and then we have this command. Then we're going to just pass it index, and then we have this. Okay, let's try that. Could not resolve source Remake.js query.js. Okay. So it looks like, yeah, maybe Closure Compiler wasn't running into an issue because it didn't support imports. Maybe it was because I've written this wrong. Oh, it's because I put Remake.js in here and it's not there anymore. It's just called source. Geez, I'm such an idiot. Okay, so now we'll do that. Okay, wait, same thing. Wait, what? No. There is a wait, no, there's not. This is the project folder. Okay, so it's just source, and then query.js, and then there's an index file, so it should be able to detect that and just import it. Why can't it just work? Could not resolve source query.js from index.js. Well, is the format, so the format's the output format, right? Uh, Chandu says hi. Hi, Chandu, 16. How are you doing? Do you like coding? What are you working on? And what are your hobbies? What do I do for a living? I'm I'm a programmer or not. Uh, you're a web dev, Chandu? To answer BLX, I am obviously not a programmer. I am just playing around with stuff and trying to learn. Trying to learn. No, I'm a programmer, I think. I do web development. I've been doing web development for like 12 years. And yeah, I work at a startup part-time. And I build web applications using Vue.js, and you can teach me. That's awesome. So, can you help me with this? No, I was just teasing BLX. Um, but yeah, it's not like 12 years of like web app development though. It's like 2 years of HTML and CSS, and then like a lot of design, and then front end work, and then a little JavaScript, and then like 6 to 7 years of no wait yeah like 7 or 8 years of programming. So when I say 12 years, sometimes I think that's overestimating because How old are you? 30 years old? No, sorry. So we have this rule in this channel, in this chat, that if someone guesses my age and it's not within 2 years of my age, then I can't tell them. But if you guess within 2 years, then I'll tell you. Okay, so um, no, you only get one guess. I'm sorry. Feel super bad about this. You should consult with BLX because they've already guessed once or twice, and they might be able to give you a hint. I feel like a dick. Um, Try to change the import path to queryjs.index.js. Yeah, well, I think that's gonna work, but I just I just don't want it to. I just don't want to do it this way. um, but thank you for doing my programming. I know this must be frustrating watching the stream when I'm mostly distracted by chat. Um, okay, BLX, have a fun day. I'm sorry you never figured out my age. Uh, oh, what? Wait. Um, so there's a few things that I forgot about. So first of all, I need to. Sorry, I forgot about this. Wait, no, I don't need an npm init. I need an npm install save low merge because that's a dependency, and then I need to install delegated events, and I need to save auto size because these are all the dependencies, the external dependencies of Remake. But I still think this isn't going to work. So if I do this, yeah, could not resolve query.js. Um, so did you build IOC and other stuff for your framework? I don't know what that means. What's IOC? So it's in copy layout index.js. Wait, what? What are you saying? What's in copy layout.index.js? Oh, there. Oh, yeah. Oh, you're right. So okay, if I undo these, it's working, right? No. So this was the issue? The issue was that I needed all these index.js's at the end? That's kind of crappy. I mean, I feel like that's like a inversion of control. Sorry, I never took computer science in school, so I don't know. Yeah, even though I didn't take computer science, I should probably still know what that means. I've heard that a few times. I don't know what it means. So how do I? Geez, what am I doing? It's chat. You are so distracting. No, I love you guys. Please keep talking. It resolves index.js file. Oh, okay. So now yeah, let's just install this. Okay. Where did my chat go? Okay, I'll be right back, chat. I guess I have to quit the chat. Um, and open it up again. Oh my goodness, what is happening here? Well, I don't know where my chat went. So there's a plugin. Rollup plugin resolve, and it's like I think it was node resolve. Okay. So we'll do this, and we'll do rollup itself, because we installed it globally, but we'll install it locally too. I'm sorry, chat. I don't know what's up with my chat. It just stopped working all of a sudden. Did you guys say anything? If you said something, please say it again. Okay, so we've got those two installed. So now we need a rollup config. This is what I didn't want to get into, but that's fine. Oh yeah, you were talking about some Whoa. You're just talking about some kind of inversion of control pattern? What's that? Okay, so we have rollup.config.js, and we're going to paste all this in there. And by the way, guys, without chat, I would have totally given up on this project by now. I mean, not like the framework or anything, but just like I probably would have started playing video games instead of trying to figure out all of this stuff. Okay, so whatever. We'll just leave that. You're out for today. BLX, have a great day. Thank you for stopping by. I'll see you later. Okay, so resolve. Later, flipcoder. Oh wait, no, you're not going. He was just saying back. Okay. Main fields. The fields to scan and package JSON to determine the entry point. Okay, so module and main, that's fine. Use main fields instead. So okay, so this is deprecated, so let's just delete it, right? Okay, we'll delete this. If possible. Wait, JS next. What is this JS next thing? Legacy field pointing to AS6 module and third-party libraries. Deprecated in favor of package.module. Ay, ay, ay. Like, this is like so much stuff to just take in all at once. But we'll just delete it for now. Deprecated. They have like all this stuff, huh? Okay, so browser true. Alternate files to load for people bundling for the browser. If that's you, either use this option or add browser to the main fields. Okay, let's just delete it for now. All files you want to resolve are JS files. No, I think all we want is JS files for now. I don't think we have any JSON files in here. Oh, but the default is that. I don't know, whatever. Let's just go with the default. Whether to prefer built-in modules or ones with the same name. Prefer built-in, false. Default, true. I'm fine with the default. Lock the module search in this path. Module defined outside this path will be marked as external. Whatever. We'll just go with the default. Set an array of strings and or regular expressions to lock the module search to modules that match at least one entry. Modules not matching any entry will be I don't know what this means. Whatever. If true, inspect resolved files to check that they are ES 2015 modules. I don't know what that means. I'm going to keep this, but I'm going to comment it out for now. Force resolving, because it sounds interesting, it sounds like it might be useful. Force resolving these modules to roots node modules that helps to prevent bundling the same package multiple times as packages imported from dependencies. Whatever. Just use the defaults. Yeah, no, but I don't know. Sometimes I get distracted. I just like seeing kind of an overview of everything it could do. So I figured, you know, just like I'm not even copying this from the official docs. I'm copying it from this like random node resolve thing. But you would change the format to CGS. Yeah, I think you're totally right, Mighty Core. Honestly, I appreciate you being so patient. I thought you might have like given up on me by now. Okay, so let's delete this. So now we have this index. So it's going to look at this. So it's going to get the index.js file from our package JSON main field. So I think we're fine with that. And then you said change this to CJS. And I don't know what this means, but whatever. We'll just leave the name to my module for now. What? Oh, but this is what we messed. Oh, okay. Resolve. So maybe this works. Maybe this just works, right, guys? This is like the eternal hope of the programmer. Maybe it just works. Um, so now if I just call rollup, nope. How do I get it to work then? Oh, rollup dash C. Look, it just gives us what we want. Oh, God. Okay, wait. Let's change these back because it should work without pointing to the index.js file now. Okay, so could not resolve entry module main.js. Oh, that's oh, this one. Okay, but wait, but look at this thing here, right? Main fields. The fields to scan and package JSON to determine the entry point if this list contains, oh, if this list contains, what? Huh? What? I don't know. I don't know what this is doing. Whatever. Whatever. Just do it. Okay, merge. What is it saying? Default is not exported by node modules low dash merge. Okay, so you hate this option? Wait, you hate this option here? Do you know what it does? I don't know what it does. Okay, low dash merge. Let's go. No, I don't want the homepage, dude. GitHub. Let's go into GitHub. Let's see how low dash. Why doesn't it have its own thing? Oh God. Okay. npm maybe. npm packages. There we go. Low dash merge. There we go. And then what does it export? Geez, this is gigantic. Wait, what? How is this gigantic? Low dash merge index.js. It's just a single function that merges things, and it's this big. Are you serious? Oh my goodness. That's insane. Module exports equals merge. So it does have a default export, right? What did you say? In combination with the input option because it's irritating. Well, I don't know what it does. I mean, we can comment it out for now. Whatever. So, but it's saying, okay, it can't get this from low dash merge. Low dash roll up. Hmm. Jeez. What is our default? Okay. Now this should just give us an answer. Let's just look for anything that's upvoted. In your named exports config option, you use this, but low dashes main. Oh, what? I'm in over my head, guys. Oh no. Oh no. More configuration. Like, what? Okay. Jeez. My Mighty Core over here is saving the day. Okay, so this, it looks like this is a different one that exports things. Uh, so it exports it as an ES module, and I guess what you're saying is that the standard one, wait, this one, it's exported as a Node.js module? Okay, yeah, so that should be better, right? So we'll just install this, I guess. Okay, so we'll go into our package, JSON. We'll replace this. Is this going to work? I wanted to keep the bundle size down. That's why I was importing only low-merge, but maybe this will work. I'll just copy this version. Yeah, so this is for real. Okay, wait. And yeah, now we got to import it from the right place. Okay, so inside of, where are we? Inside of input.js. So input.js, index. Okay, so this is the thing we need to change. And this doesn't give us any example of how to use it. So this makes me really sad. Oh my goodness. I don't know what that means. I'm like tempted to just import all of Lodash and like F the bundle size. But I really don't want to do that because I've paid so much attention to the bundle size while I've been developing the package. So wait. Yeah, okay, same bundle size, yeah. Lodash ES. Okay, Babel. Just give me a working example. Like, how do I how do I import it? I have no idea. I mean, I guess maybe I can just do this, right? We can just try it from Lodash ES, and then let's just try it. Let's see if it works. Boom, it worked. So this might work, right? Do you think that worked? Let's test it. So console log, and we're just like console log the merge function, and then I don't I don't even know. Yeah, let's do that, and then this is our bundle. It's not minified, but whatever. Who cares, right? And then we're gonna just grab this bundle and let's put it into our. I don't know. I just want to test it real quick. I don't know. It's probably not worth it. Well, no. I mean, we need to test it, right? So inside of public, we're gonna put our bundle in here. And then we'll just paste our bundle and then remake a init. And instead of importing it from remake, let's just try importing it from our bundle. Do you think that'll work? So if we do like that, yeah, maybe. Okay. So we'll go up to remake to-dos, and then we'll npm run dev. It's looking good so far, maybe. And then we'll go to our to-dos, and if we load up the console, we're not getting a console log, and that should be being called inside. Oh, maybe it stripped out the console log. No, it didn't. It didn't strip out the console log. So the console log's here, and it should be where was that being imported? It's in query.js, or no, sorry, it's in input.js index. So we're importing this. So this should be being called, right? I mean, we can. Oh, it should be being called, right? Because we're importing it. So it should be just called. And we're importing. We saw that the console log is here. So it's in the main code. So when, or maybe it didn't, maybe it's using like a cached version of the code in our to-dos project. So let's just try changing. Oh wait, remake init. So this. So that's like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. This is my only guess. So this is the only to-dos app. Okay, here we go. We got an error. Perfect. I love getting errors, honestly. Uh, what is it saying? No such file or directory. Autosize package.json. So I think it's not. Oh, it's treating the module as an external dependency. So this is the problem that we're running into because we didn't Lodash. Oh, did I not do an npm install? Okay, let's try again. So now it's treating auto size like an external dependency, even though if we look in our package dot JSON, it's there. Oh, auto save. I mistyped it because I've been doing like I've been typing autosave so much. Please forgive me, world. Install, uninstall, right? It's just uninstall. Auto save. I don't even know what that package is. Okay, so then we're gonna. I don't know why I didn't just retype that. Install, save, auto. Not auto save, David. Jeez. What was it? Auto size. Okay, auto size. Okay, now we'll bundle rollup-c. Yes, a new error. It's actually super exciting to get a new error. I mean, it's the second most preferable thing to actually having it work. Okay, this has been rewritten to undefined. That's not good. So the auto size package has an issue with it, I guess. He's like not using, and default is not exported by auto size. Jeez. Okay, so maybe there's an auto size ES package. Auto size. I mean, I think this is the main one. I really like this package too. It's kind of unfortunate. Editable attribute.js. Change it to import autosize from autosize. Okay. So in here, editable attribute. You think that'll fix it? It's not exported. Okay. Okay. So import star as. Okay. I gotta say, Mighty Core, you're being incredibly helpful. Like, I really, really appreciate this. I don't know why it's not working though. Well, let's look inside the code. So let's look inside his package JSON. And he's saying main is dist auto size. But you know what we could do? We could, I bet what we could do is just import it from source. So if we look inside our node modules and we look inside auto size, source, auto size, right? He's writing this in ES6. So why don't we just do this? Right? That should work, right? Let's try it. I don't know if that's the right way of doing things. Boom! I feel so cool right now. I figured something out. I don't know if that's right, but it works, right? Okay, so now let's test our bundled JS again, just like a quick test. This isn't like the actual, like final way we're gonna do things, like copying over the bundled JS over into another file. But for now, it'll be fine for testing purposes. So we copy that over there. So this should have the console log in it still, right? Yeah, console log 123 for merge. It looks like it's the right merge, but I don't know, something about, I just want to see it working, So that's so weird. What is happening here? Oh, there's another error. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, so it got caught on an error, and so it couldn't get out, but now it should be fine. Boom, bada boom, bada boom. Cool. So yeah, it looks like, I mean, it's giving us a function back. So, I mean, it's probably the merge that we were expecting, hopefully. I don't even know why we were merging. Oh yeah, we're merging the default options into the rest of the options. So, Mighty Core, I'm so mad at you right now, actually. Okay, but let's just get it working like on the base level. So I have this remake to-dos project, and I'd like to import it. I'd like to import our new npm package into remake to-dos and then get it work that way instead of, like right now, I have multiple copies of Remake.js that are just copies of each other, and so it's impossible to keep everything in sync, This is like a huge thing though. Like, oh man, I'm so happy and grateful that I'm able to do this because it's going to make it a lot easier for people to use it. Yeah, I think you're right. I think I can use, or no, I don't want to use npm link because I want to ship this to-dos app, right? So like I want to have other people use it. It's not just for local development. So I want to use npm link for it when I'm doing local development on it, but then I want to use the official package for other times. Okay, so let's go into Remake.js and just like commit what we have so far. So we've got this npm ignore. We've got the bundle. I think we're supposed to. I don't know what we're supposed to do with that actually. And then we've got the input or the index.js, the package lock, the rollup config. We changed that and we changed that. Oh, we need to get rid of that console log in input.js. So let's go into here, delete that console log. Okay, great. So I think this is ready. This is like, we'll say like rollup is working. It's not like quite where we want it though. So the bundle that's exported. So let's close all this stuff. We don't really need all this stuff open. Okay, so the bundle that's exported looks like this. And Mighty Core said to use CJS, right? You should set the main attribute in the packet. Yeah, so I was thinking that too. But CJS, right? So we have other options other than that. Is there a way to easily export multiple? Or do you think CJS is fine to just use that? This is a good article in general. Okay, I believe you. Whew, yeah, yeah. CGS and ES6 modules, in my opinion. Okay. So how do I export multiple? Do you know how to do that? Like there must be a way in the rollup config to specify like multiple output formats maybe. So the big list of options, core functionality. Let's see, like sometimes I get tired of looking at documentation very quickly. Um, but if someone put together like an annotated config, that would be awesome. Input, output, format, input, output. Oh, so you can have multiple here. So we can just delete all that because we're not really using that. We'll figure it out later if we need it. And then export default, and you export an array of objects. Um, and then, so we'll do that. And then we have the same thing. What should we call this? I guess we could call it like bundle.cjs.js, and then we could say .es6. I mean, that's fine, right? And we can put these both in like a dist folder, right? I don't know what you mean by that. Name is not needed. Oh, okay. You're saying this. I thought you were saying like the file name. Do you think the dist folder is fine, right? Because we could do that, right? And then here, CJS. Okay, good. And then we need to have the format be something different, right? Roll up. IIFE. So wait, so CJS is for Node.js. So isn't this is the, so you said in your opinion you would do CJS and ES6, but then so then you can't just include it in like a regular project, right? You can't just like include the like raw JavaScript file, right? So what are these both for? I know ES6, you're going to use that with like a bundler, um, like Webpack with Babel, right? But what would CJS be for? That's UMD. Yeah, I think I do. Oh yeah, I do want UMD. I think that would be kind of cool. I kind of want that. Uh, but let's not get in over our heads. Let's just get the ES6 thing. How do I get the ES6 format? Is that even a thing? I feel like CJS does that, doesn't it? So why do I need anything to do with uh, ES6? Formats. Oh, come on. Okay, fine. But I want all the formats. ESM. module. It's not ESM. Format. Yeah, I think it's ESM, right? Okay, so let's do ESM, and we'll just try that and see what happens. Okay, awesome. So we'll do that. Clear our console. Okay, so I think, oh, we got both. I don't know what the difference is. So let's look at the bottom. We export default index, and then at the bottom of CJS, we module exports. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, awesome. So let's just do this for now, right? I think it would be really, really cool to get the browser version working. I forget what that was called already, where you could just include the script tag. But I feel like that's going to be another can of worms. So yeah, I think it looks good. So let's publish this and then get it working inside of our like other projects. Or I think I'm going to just get it working in this project, and then I'll probably kind of wind down the stream because it's just been, it's just been a little bit. So I probably want to take a break, take a walk around the block, something like that. Okay, so let's go to our GitHub, and we're just gonna. Oh yeah, you're right, dude. I'd like be publishing this, and I wouldn't even remember that. Okay, totally right. So main is no longer index.js. So we there's like a way to export it, right, for like ES6, JSON, ES6, and then we're gonna also search for CJS. Oh, here's your article. Okay, so okay, so main. So we'll do dist. So you're saying that's for CJS. So we'll do this one. Okay. Oh, native feature. UMD. Oh, so does UMD cover CJS too? And you're saying module is ES6. Okay, wait. Stupid JSON needs the quotes. Module, and then we'll do dist. And that. We need a comma. Okay, cool. So now, so I'm curious about CJS, because here this guy's saying UMD for the CJS. So maybe UMD covers both, browser and Node. Is that true? I'm not sure. We'll worry about that later. Like I said, we don't need to worry about that now. Okay, so in GitHub, let's just commit this and say like bundling ES6 and CJS versions. We'll commit that. And the one thing I definitely want to do is just have like a quick note in here. Okay. I guess, I don't know. Yeah, I just want to have a quick note. Oops. Jeez, what did I just close? I just want to have a quick note in here that's going to remind me next time, like how to bundle everything. So I'm going to just like have like a build markdown file. It's not like standard or anything. I don't even really know what is standard in this case, but I'm going to just just remind myself, even though it's pretty simple. It's just -c. But this file is probably going to get more complicated as time goes on, which is why I wanted that. Okay, so we'll just commit that. Now let's do our npm version. So I typed in a lot since then. So we'll do npm version. And I think this is a minor version, right? It's probably, no, it's at least a minor version, right? I don't know. I don't know how it works. But we'll just assume it is for now. And then we'll publish that by doing npm publish. Okay, so now we should be able to go into our other project and install Remake from there. So let's go in here, and we're going to go on the command line, and we're going to say, let's just make sure we've committed everything that we need here. So it looks like some of our data changed. And yeah, it doesn't look like anything. Oh yeah, we don't really need to commit this. We're not going to need a lot of things that are defined in here, but we'll get rid of that later. We'll do that cleanup later. Yeah, so I don't know what to say here. We'll just say new packages. I don't know. I don't know what to say. Okay, so now we're going to install Remake. So we're going to do npm install save Remake.js. I'm surprised it takes so much. I don't think I have a lot of dependencies. Refresh package. Oh, is it installing the stuff from the dev version too? Yeah, it is. It's installing parcel and stuff. But in Remake.js, package.json, wait. What? Why is it installing, um, oh, I don't know. Maybe it wasn't installing that. I don't know. Whatever. We'll we'll worry about that later again, I guess. Dependencies should be pure dependencies in your publish package JSON. Okay, so you're saying here these should be pure dependencies? And what about these? And why? I don't know what pure dependencies are. Let's search this article actually. Nope, doesn't have anything. Pure dependencies npm. Whew, I have no idea what this is. npm is awesome as a package manager. In particular, it handles subdependencies very well. Okay. Sure. Is it necessary though? Okay, so this ensures your package can be installed along with the second major version of the host package. Okay, I'm not sure if I'm going to do that right now. if it's not strictly necessary, like I just want to get this working first. But I will look into that. Okay, so we installed Remake.js. So we should have it now, and we don't really need to uninstall anything to just get it working. So let's just go into public, and here, or sorry, no, here, we're gonna just import this from Remake.js. And then we can delete the Remake.js folder. I don't know. We don't need to do that, but I just like to do that just in case for some reason I included it somewhere else. I don't think I did though. I think we're fine. Okay, so now if I run npm run dev, if everything works, I think we're good. And I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, I don't know if like when the compiler parcel like originally runs, it should like bundle everything, right? It's saying it's built it, but I don't know. I ran into like a bundler one time that it didn't run when it first, ran. It would so like sometimes it's just like putting in a console log just to make sure that it builds. But I don't think that's actually an issue. Okay, so anyways, let's let's see if it works. A init input event listeners is not a function. Okay. So if we go node modules, we go into remake. I'm not sure which one it's importing. Is it going to try to use the is it going to try to use the module, or is it going to try to use main? I guess it probably doesn't matter. Okay. But it's saying it didn't get it. So ES6. So if I go to the bottom of this one, I'm exporting this, and it has. Oh, wait. Init input event listeners. I exported this twice. Well, I tried to rename this, I think, to init, so that might work. I don't know. I don't know if this is actually the issue. That might not be the issue. No, that's not a function. Okay, so let's just see if this works. So if I do dist slash bundle, this is not like how I'm going to keep it, but I just want to see if it works. Refresh. Huh. So it still doesn't work. Even though I'm importing this is definitely exporting a function called init. Right? Yeah, I mean, that's a function. I'm exporting this twice. That shouldn't be the case. But still, I would think this would work. Wait, okay, so let's pay attention to the error. What is the actual error? Type error, bundle, underscore bundle dot init is not a function. Try import D from Remake.js and console log D. Okay. You're right. Okay, so yeah, you're right. You're right. So, yeah, I've run into this issue before, and I'm really curious, like, why when you export something, why when you export something like default, can you not do like this, right? Like this syntax. You can't like do like import like that. Like why wouldn't it still allow you to do that? Isn't that silly? Like it's only when you export it like this. No, I know, but I want the option to be able to switch between like doing this and this. Because, I mean, if this is an object, I should be able to destructure it like this, right? Like, what's the big deal? I don't understand why that doesn't work. But yeah, I'll just change it to just this export. That's fine. I'm okay with that. Okay, so you can have both? How do you... Oh, will this give me both? Leave the default export? And then, wait, leave the default export? So put it like this, and then how do I get both? So how do I get this to work? Change the import on line 15 to export? Oh. What? You're saying like export things twice? I mean, I need to import this, right? Because this stuff is the stuff that's being exported down here. I'm going to delete that. Actually, I don't know. We can export it twice. That's okay. It's okay. And other exports. Oh. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So if I look at, I don't know if this is the best example, but if I look at what they name it index. So I think this is kind of what you're saying. Like, why not just do like var index equals this, and then could I do like export and export default? Is this kind of what you're saying? No. I don't. Line 24 export default. Line 15 export. So you're saying export default here, and then export. Wait, export line 15. No, but this isn't going to work. Does that work? You can export from something, so it'll import these and export them at the same time? No way. Okay, that's awesome. And like I can do it for these too, right? Will it work with like something like this? No, right? Or would it? Can I do it for all of these? Yeah, I'm using all of these at the bottom. uh, well, I don't know what this would do then, like right here, right? Because I have this JS, how to export, what am I looking for? How to export with default and I don't know how to say it, destructured. Okay. Yeah, this is the issue we're running into. Import defaults plus export destructured object doesn't work. Yeah, your imports and exports need to match. It means that I can't. if you export a default, you need to import a default. If you want to import a named export, you export a named export. Thanks, it's clear, but how can I destructure a default import? You can't. Import syntax is not destructuring. Oh. Well, then why do you make it look like it? Sorry, I'm just getting mad at these guys. It's just a list of named imports to import. If you export an object as the default, you'd have to import it as a default and then destructure it. Oh. I got it. Thank you very much. Okay. Well, I don't know. Let's try it this way. I mean, who knows? Maybe it'll work. So we'll just try it, right? Whatever. Okay, so let's go here. We'll run, oh shit, I didn't mean to run the publish. We'll run rollup. Yeah, I ran into an issue with this guy. So that's because I ran into the same problem with with this package. So I'm using export default here. Oh, this is really tough stuff. I don't know what to do. Yeah, so it's not required to be part of the public API, but I would like the option. I would like the option for it to be part of the public API, yeah. Yeah, no, I would like it to be an option. Oh, you know what I could do? So without changing that, because that's gonna have to, I will have to change other things too. Let's do import here, and then maybe if I just do like this, well, wait, would that work? Can I export multiple objects like this, and they're all just gonna be merged? I have no idea what's gonna happen here. Okay, let's see. Mixing named and default exports. Consumers of your bundle will have to use bundle and then default to access the default export. Use output exports named to disable this warning. So yeah, it looks like maybe this isn't what we want, right? So I'm gonna just, let's change it back uh, to where we had it. And I think I'm okay with just doing this. I'm okay with just doing this. Um, uh, I'm okay either way, actually. If we export a default and people just have to manually destructure it, that's fine with me. But I think this is a slightly nicer way. And then you can always do import star as whatever, right? I don't know. I think this is a nicer way. The point is, default exports as an object are not really good in general because that increases the bundle size. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think that's another, it's one of those things where I don't want to optimize too early. Um, I definitely want to figure out how to make the bundle size as small as possible, but I don't really care about that as much right now. I just want other people to be able to use the framework. But like next step is definitely like making the bundle size small. So what is this complaining about? Unexpected token. Hey S1 Faka, how's it going? Export and knit. Wait, so I thought, wait, why wouldn't that work? Why wouldn't that work? That makes no sense to me. I'm just creating an object, and I want inside the object the init key to be equal to this function. Really? That's a thing? You can't... That's weird. That's weird to me. Whatever. We'll just go with that. I don't care. Okay, so we exported it. Now let's npm version. Should we do a patch or a minor now? I don't even know what npm version patch. It doesn't work. Oh, git. Right. Okay. So Remake.js, export, we'll say like remove export default. That took a long time to figure out what we're going to do with that, but that's okay. Okay, npm version patch. We will push this, and then we will do npm publish. It's pretty easy to publish a new package. That's pretty cool. Okay, and then we'll go over to our to-dos project, and I'm going to figure out the difference between npm update and npm upgrade. So update will update all the packages listed to the latest version. It will also install missing packages. Okay, so it's kind of like rerunning npm install, I guess. And npm help update, that'll update... Wait, wait, did I just do the same thing? Oops. Are they the same? Oh, it is. It's an alias. I never knew that. That's the silliest thing. That's so confusing. Okay, I don't know. That's weird. I was like so confused by that for so long. Like, I am always confused by what's the difference. Okay, so anyways, how do we specify a specific one? So we can do a name of a package. Okay, so we just do npm update Remake.js. I'm sorry if I'm being a total newbie for you guys. Sorry about that. I really never knew the difference between those. Okay, so now we've got version 0.3.1, and now we'll run npm run dev. Yeah, I think, but just running it without the version flag, I think we'll just update it to the latest. Okay, so now I think the issue with doing it on a specific version though is that won't it kind of lock it into that version, and then like it won't upgrade, it won't update the next time you run like npm upgrade without any arguments. It like locks it or something, I think. Okay, so we have this npm init. So now we can grab this init from here and call it. And let's see if that works. So now if we edit this data, it saves, it syncs, it's working. Guys, it's working. I'm so happy now. We have an npm package of Remake that works. Woohoo! Okay, so now the next step for my next task, I'm not going to do it right now because I'm going to end this stream. But thank you guys so much for stopping by. And honestly, Mighty Core, I feel like you deserve some kind of award or something. I'll just do this for now. Oops. You were super helpful. I really, really appreciate it a lot. I was like pair programming. That was really cool. Um, if you wanted, I don't know if this is awkward to say, but if you want to do like an actual audio conversation, we could like Skype or something, and like next stream we could do like a pair programming thing. I don't know if you'd be comfortable with that, but if you wanted to do that, that might be fun. Because you were super helpful and you were just using chat, so I feel like actually talking live would actually probably move things along faster. But I'm going to definitely save this article and look at it later. I'm going to take a break right now. I'm pretty tired. But yeah, this is this is how I save my bookmarks. Um, okay, cool. Da da da. Awesome. Awesome. Cool. Yeah, that would be super cool. Um, okay. Oh, and I should publish this new. I should send out this new version of the To-Dos app. Oh, but I edited the data. I don't want to edit the data. Okay. We'll say like using Remake.js npm package. Hopefully I didn't break anything with that. But we just tested it. That seems fine. Yeah, it seems okay. Okay, awesome. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. Thank you for all of the help. I had a lot of fun today. I will be on probably not tomorrow, probably next Thursday, but who knows? If you follow me, you'll see whenever I come online, and I'll talk to you guys later. I'm gonna go watch a Dota tournament. If you guys don't know what Dota is, um, it's a video game that's awesome. Okay, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.